Yeah, what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold freezers. But what if I told you that even ice cold freezers could get a high-tech upgrade? Walgreens, a name we all know, wanted to be even cooler. They were on a mission to revolutionize the way we see and interact with freezers. In 2019, they teamed up with this innovative company called Cooler Screens. This partnership was set to change the game. Cooler Screens specializes in creating these high-tech freezer doors that are more than just doors. Imagine giant iPads instead of plain old glass. These screens are interactive and dynamic. They show you ads, deals, and even what's inside the freezer without you having to open the door. Fancy, right? Walgreens was super hyped about this. They started testing these smart coolers in a few select stores to see how customers would react. And guess what? People seemed to really like them. The feedback was positive. The screens were flashy, eye-catching, and Walgreens could show you targeted ads based on your shopping habits. It seemed like a win-win situation for everyone involved, or so they thought. Walgreens was so confident that they signed a multi-year deal with Cooler Screens. They even planned to install these fancy doors in 35,000 stores across the country. That's a lot of screens, my friends. Imagine walking into any Walgreens and seeing these everywhere. But hold up, this story gets frosty. Not everything went as smoothly as planned. Remember those old Nokia phones, the ones that were practically indestructible, the ones that could survive a nuclear blast? Yeah, those were the days. These Cooler Screens, not so much. They had their fair share of issues and didn't quite live up to the Nokia standard of durability. Things started going south, like real south. It was a typical day at Walgreens, but then the unexpected happened. The screens started acting up, causing chaos in the store. They would flicker, crash, and sometimes show the wrong products. Customers were left scratching their heads. Imagine going for a pint of Ben & Jerry's, and the screen shows you diapers. Not cool, Walgreens, not cool. Then came the lawsuits. It was a mess. Cooler Screens sued Walgreens for a whopping $200 million. They claimed Walgreens was at fault. They said Walgreens wasn't paying up. The tension was palpable. Walgreens fired back with their own lawsuit. They weren't going down without a fight. They said the tech was busted and they wanted their money back. The blame game was in full swing. It became a legal battle royale. Both sides were relentless. Then turns out those fancy screens weren't so smart after all. They were more trouble than they were worth. They were more like that friend who always says they'll pay you back but never does. A costly mistake for everyone involved. Cooler Screens, they tried to play hardball. They were a company known for their innovative digital displays in retail stores, aiming to revolutionize the shopping experience. They cut off the data feed to their screens in some Chicago stores. The screens went dark, leaving customers and store employees puzzled. It was like someone hit the lights at a party. The sudden blackout created an eerie atmosphere, disrupting the usual shopping flow. Walgreens said this hurt their sales. The lack of digital displays meant fewer promotions and less customer engagement. Cooler Screens said Walgreens wasn't paying their bills. The financial dispute escalated quickly, leading to a standoff. Amidst all this drama, Cooler Screens decided to rebrand. They wanted a fresh start, hoping to leave the controversy behind. They changed their name to Cooler X. The new name was meant to signify a new direction and renewed focus. Maybe they thought a new name would fix everything. The rebranding was accompanied by a lot of optimism and high hopes. They also pivoted their strategy. Instead of just focusing on their own screens, they aimed to develop software that could integrate with any digital display. They started focusing on software that could work with any screen, not just their own fancy ones. This was a significant shift in their business model, but rebranding doesn't erase a $200 million lawsuit. The legal issues were far from over. Cooler X still had a legal battle on their hands. The rebranding and strategy shift were just the beginning of a long road ahead. Fast forward to 2025 and the legal battle is still raging. Walgreens and Cooler X are locked in a legal showdown. It's like a bad breakup that just won't end. Both sides are digging in their heels and no one is backing down. The future of those fancy freezer doors is uncertain. Will Walgreens rip them out and go back to plain old glass? Will Cooler X survive this legal battle? Stay tuned, folks, because this story is far from over. It's enough to give you brain freeze.